Morning, guys. It's about close to 10 a.m. this Tuesday morning, and I'm finally making the video that I've said I'll make for quite a while now, and just never really got around to. It's the 200,000 plus mile review of my 2006 F-150 King Ranch with the FX4 package. I'm going to go over what I like about the truck, what I don't like about the truck, what I use it for every day, and overall how it's done for the past 12 years. A little bit of backstory. My father bought this brand new in 2006 with 2 miles on the odometer. It now has just shy of 209,000 miles. I got it 4 years ago. It had it was just over 140, like 141, 142,000 miles on it. So in the past 4 years, I've racked up a few miles on this thing. So anyway, guys, let's dive right into it. I'm going to start out with me being nitpicking what I don't like about the truck. And what I don't like about it, first off, this kind of happens living in the Pacific Northwest. Thank goodness it's not the Salt Belt, but we have rock chips. Like you can see on the bumpers here, there's little rock chips just all over the place. There's also one that makes me nuts. It's this guy right there. As you can see, just rock chips, rock chips, rock chips. It's just kind of a fact of life here in the Pacific Northwest. I'll definitely take that over rusty trucks though, because rock chips I can fix, and I've been slowly working on doing that. That scuff there happened in a parking lot. I came out and my truck had a scuff on it. I'm like, are you kidding me, man? But oh well. Another thing I'm not really a fan of is these trim pieces that are all faded to heck. I mean, this is just me being nitpicky, but this plastic right here used to be as dark as that on the windshield. Now it's all faded, and this piece right here, as you can see, it's splitting apart right there. It's just so brittle. I don't want to break off any of it. And this trim piece on the bed back here, you know, at a distance it looks pretty good, but you get up close to it, you can see that it's kind of hammered. It's had a toolbox on it at one point. I took it off because I wanted the soft cover, because I really don't have any use for a toolbox. Stuff like that. There's more like pieces like this on both sides that don't fit, on the rust on the bumper right there, but this side under the trim piece, this side is the worst for both the rust on the bumper right there and right there. On the other side, it's not bad. Aside from me being nitpicky though, that's really almost, I guess you say, where my dislike is. The last thing that I absolutely cannot stand about this truck, and it's something that I just haven't really bothered to do anything about yet, the fact that it has no bed liner of any kind. I'm not going to do any plastic bed liners, so sound off in the comments though. Should I do Line-X or Rhino liner? You guys let me know which ones you use and why you use them, and if your experience with them has been good or bad. Let me know. Anyway, aside from that though, I absolutely love the truck. It is a half-ton, so it's not, you know, super heavy duty. But underneath here, the frame, you know, you can see it's got a little bit of surface rust on it, but for the most part, that frame still has its black coating on it. It's held up amazingly. The shocks really need to be replaced. I'm gonna get to that this winter, hopefully. Exhaust under there, I'm not a huge fan of, but it gets the job done. When it finally rots out, I'll put dual exhaust on it. The spring pack is done pretty well. It's a little bit cushy, but like I said, it's a half-ton. Biggest payload I've had back here is 2,000 pounds, probably closer to 21, was a load of Lignetics pellets. I do that on a regular basis in the winter to heat the house up. Truck squats pretty good, but it still does it. Being the FX4 package, it does ride a little bit rougher. It does have the leveling kit in the front and a block in the rear, actually. I'll show you guys the block in the rear. You can see right underneath the spring package, there's the block where that goes under. So it's not necessarily, I don't consider that lifted. It's more leveled in my own opinion, but oh well. So Anyway, though, being an FX4, it's got the skid plate on it underneath the engine. You can see that right there. I think it's pretty handy. I really like it personally. Some don't, but I really like it. And plus that little round hole over there is right where the oil filter drains out when I go to change the oil, so I know right where to position the drain pan. Isn't that convenient? Oh boy. This is kind of an unscripted video, guys, so you're just getting what I like and what I don't like about my truck. And the same with the trim piece on this side. See, it's a little rusted where the toolbox was, one of those rust stains. It's beat up, but oh well. At a distance, it looks pretty good still. I put these spot mirrors on there. Anybody with a half-ton truck knows that if you want to eliminate the blind spot, like you don't have the smaller under mirror like you do on the big F-250, F-350 tow mirrors. So spot mirrors on there help a lot. Going to the inside here. Yeah, it's a little dirty. I do have the WeatherTech floor mats. I highly recommend these. Anybody that goes off-road or works outside on a regular basis, WeatherTech. I've had amazing luck with these. I wouldn't do anything else. Just kind of keep, a knife that a good friend of mine gave me. Microfiber towel, cloth set of gloves, some band-aids. This is a piece that I'm going to use to wrap that chrome right there because it just makes me crazy. Extra watch and a window shatter piece for if I ever get in a wreck. Does have an aftermarket trailer brake controller. It does work. It works very well. I'm happy with it. I can't remember the name of the company right off the bat. Memory seat sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Luckily, the main setting, number 1, does work, which is what I have my setting set to. When my family gets in to drive it, they don't really like that because I'm a small guy. I'm 5'7", so maybe 5'8". I can't remember. I just know I'm not very big. Inside here, it's just a nice King Ranch truck. Unfortunately, this folds down, but it does not have a cup holder, unfortunately. See if I can fold that down from the front. Oh yeah, here we go. Does not have a cup holder in it. Kind of wish it did, but oh well. Let's see what we're doing for miles on this thing. 208,858 miles. Do a startup for you guys here real quick. It's 62 degrees out, so it's not really a cold start, but has been sitting all night. Have an aftermarket stereo in here because the stock radio in these trucks pretty much stinks. They have pretty much, minus the 6 CD exchanger on the factory unit, they've got pretty much the same unit for your standard cab XL two-wheel drive work trucks as this high-end King Ranch model. And for me anyway, it wasn't cutting it, and it eventually just stopped working altogether. So I just put this aftermarket one in there. It's an Alpine stereo, Bluetooth compatible. I've been very, very happy with it. It's got 4-speed, 4R75W, I think. Overdrive off. Handy for using for whenever you're towing so you don't eat up your tranny, or when you're going downhill, use a bit of engine brake. It's kind of nice. Pop the hood for you guys real quick here. 5.4, 3-valve, 300 horse, 365 pound-feet of torque. This is not the original engine. The original engine died an ugly death at 168,000. This engine has 40,000 miles on it now. In the back here, it's a fairly roomy back seat. Like I said, I'm not a very big guy, but none of my friends that are quite a bit taller than me have had any problems sitting back here. So under the seat, got a bag of stuff there sitting on top of my trailer hitch under there, and the factory jack anchor, because that thing started to get all loose and bouncing all over the place, made a bunch of noise and made me crazy. So I put this that used to be under the seat there on top of that, and oh, look at that, mitigated the problem. Now the jack is sitting underneath there. Always got window cleaner, nice big really bright flashlight, my portfolio, check engine light scanner, which you're gonna need if you drive a Ford. Nah, I'm kidding. Does have rear heat and AC. It does work. It works beautifully. Yeah, you can feel that coming out of both vents there. This 12-volt outlet does work as well. Got gloves. Got some oil and some ratchet straps over here. I run royal purple in this truck. I always have. It's treated me well, so I'm just gonna keep running it. Leather cream conditioner and some cleaner towels. And sunscreen, always got that. Anyway guys, that's kind of what I use my truck for on a regular basis. It tows well. The heaviest I've pulled with it is about 7,500 pounds. The truck squatted a little bit. Well, say a little bit. It was definitely squatting, but it wasn't hugely overloaded. It did do it, and it did it good. Pulled it without a sweat. I had plenty of power, was able to maintain 60 miles an hour, pretty easy, 70 on the interstate. Same with hauling the big pellets in the bed. It just did really, really well. It does have a sunroof. I don't use it that often. Power sliding rear window. Probably the first time that thing's been open in a long time. Seat heaters. Single zone climate control. Kind of wish it had dual zone, but oh well. And anyway guys, this has been a very unscripted video. Sorry if it's kind of all over the place, but let me know what you guys think. Looking back on it, would I do it all again with this truck knowing what I do now? Absolutely. Yes, the engine went out, but it had been giving me warning for quite a while, and knowing the problems with the 5.4s, I figured it really wasn't worth my time to try to mess with the original engine. So instead of trying to fix the original, when this thing died, I just put a new one in it. It's treated me well. I would drive this truck cross country right now without even thinking about it. Transmission is original, 208,000 on that. My only complaint about the transmission is this 4-speed transmission saps power from the 5.4s real bad. The later, I think it's a 6R110 that the 09 through 14s had, especially the 09 and 10 equipped with the 5.4s. Those are way better pullers than this one, but this one does good for what I use it for. Anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Sound off in the comments what I should use for the bed liner. Should I use Rhino liner or should I use Line-X? You guys let me know, because I want to know what works and what works well before I go and drop my money on that. So anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed the video, and enjoy the rest of your day.